I want to play at one place for 20 years and chase one guy, number 12, meaning Aaron Rodgers. Kidding.
Yeah, you kidding too much.
I didn't
Everybody
take that as a joke.
He got excited.
Relax. R-E-L-A-X. Relax.
He was on to something.
That's Caleb's favorite player, right?
It is. Caleb Williams, he's that dude. He's that special. He is an absolute phenom. He will go number 1, Joy Taylor, to the Chicago Bears. But do you expect Caleb to live up to the hype in his first season?
I expect him to live up to my hype.
Oh, the Taylor hype.
Taylor hype, yes.
What is the Taylor hype?
Dr. Taylor hype. Well, I'm dialing back a little bit. So we've gotten Hall of Fame.
Wait,
you weren't here for the Hall of Fame conversation, Shane.
My rookie year on speak, did I
you live up to the hype?
Did I exceed your...
You exceeded the hype, yes.
Okay, Taylor hype?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, bet.
All right, let's do the hype train.
Nice.
4,000 yards. Increase the Bears' wins from last year, from 2023. Look competent running the offense. Look like he can adjust to the NFL quickly and win Offensive Rookie of the Year. I think that's more than appropriate.
I like that.
Yep.
Thank you. I think that's very reasonable.
I like that.
We don't have to worry about Hall of Fame expectations.
Nope.
We don't have to worry about winning a playoff game. We don't even have to worry about making the playoffs. Justin Fields last year had a 5-8 record. CJ Stroud, 9-6. What if the Bears win 8 games? I realize the Bears won 7. What if they win 8 games, but they look really good? He has a 4,000-yard passing season, more than 4,000 yards, which has never happened in the history of that organization. CJ Stroud had 4,108 passing yards. CJ Stroud had an incredible year last year, right? We love it. We love it. 4,108 passing yards. He had 23 passing touchdowns, 5 interceptions. That is all within, those are doable numbers to me for Justin Fields with what they put around him.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sorry, for Caleb Williams. What they put around him, what they're building on from last year, what he is capable of, the hype that he's coming into the league with, what we've seen from him in college, I think all of that is completely doable. Very reasonable.
Yeah, it is. Go ahead, Tobias.
No, real quick, I'm gonna let you guys want the grade system though, because she showed her. Can I make one circle? Like one circle, because you know, like you get a wrong. You don't
Did
get
you
it
think
wrong.
it's too much?
You don't get it wrong. They just give you some insight.
Did you think it's too much?
I think the 4 stacks. I mean, it's never been done as a Bear. So as a rookie, that's the only thing I'm saying. It's never been done in a franchise.
I would hear you, but I do think because and yes, it is 150 years.
You know what I'm saying?
It's never
It's
happened.
rookie first year.
Okay, it's I'm sorry, not 150, 105 years. It's
easy.
And listen, if he gets close, it's okay for me. All right? If that's an X, but he's like 38, 39, that's okay for me.
It's going to be broken easily if he's healthy.
I actually think that is the stretch for me. That is the thing that is the most unrealistic to me. Because it hasn't been done in Chicago, because CJ Stroud had such an incredible season and he had 4,108 passing yards. So I do think that is the most extreme check mark for me.
I think that's the easiest one. Because coming out of college, we think that he's a way better passer than CJ Stroud, right? Just coming out of college. Obviously, CJ has showed us to do it in the National Football League. But it's going to be 2 things going to happen for the Bears. Either you're going to be getting beat down in these games, and you got to throw. Or you either going to be winning some of these games, and they're going to be winning because the young fella is throwing. I think the 4,000 yards is going to be easy for him, especially with what he has.
Here's my thought process, though, is, Joy, when I see that list, which I do think is a very fair list, I ask myself, what is Caleb's special?
Yes.
He's very special. He's more special than most quarterbacks we've ever seen and any quarterback we've seen recently. I think that list is fair for Kyler. I think that list is fair for Trevor. I think that list would have been fair for Burrow. But when you're talking about a talent as special as Caleb, I need to see somebody on that. I need to see something on that list that I couldn't have seen for Herbert.
What makes Caleb different than Joe Burrow or Trevor Lawrence? Let's take Kyler out of it, because Kyler was not considered to be...
So I think that then both of them, one, mobility. One, Caleb, I think, is a 4-4-8 kind of guy. So just off rip, I think just his mobility. Second, I think Caleb's ability to throw off platform, right? We don't really see ever Burrow sidearm, Burrow 1 foot, Burrow. Like, Burrow has it, but I think that aspect. When I think about, like, Caleb, I'm asking myself, but Herbert threw for 4,000 as a rookie. CJ threw for 4,000 as a rookie. I need to see Caleb do something that lived up to the supposed to win back-to-back Heisman hype. I need to see Caleb do something that lives up to the generational talent.
This is just all... This is why I keep pushing back on this. We cannot just act like we didn't just talk about Trevor Lawrence like this. We did. We did talk about Trevor Lawrence like this. Like, Trevor Lawrence has been in the league for 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, this just happened. I understand we're excited about Caleb Williams, and I am too. But Trevor Lawrence was one of the most celebrated college players entering the NFL draft. We tried to change the rules so he could leave college. They were really having conversations like, should we change the rules so Trevor Lawrence can leave college after his freshman year?
Yeah.
We were not talking about Caleb Williams like that. So I just push back on the idea that Caleb Williams, because we're very excited, and we should be, that somehow this is a phenom that we've never talked about anybody like this. Yes, we have.
Not talked about. I don't think we've seen.
So
I don't think we've seen anybody.
So my question to you is, what if you see all those throws and it's not 4,000? Like, because we're going to see that. We're going to see the off-platform throws. We're going to see this young fella look special. But what if it don't add up to the 4,000? Like,
to me, it's not about what it is, it's about the expectation. That's the conversation for you, is the expectation. I expect it because the list of 4,000, increased win total, win offensive rookie of the year, that's a good list for any #1 overall pick. But not a generational #1 overall pick. A generational #1 overall pick, I want to see generational shady accomplishments.
I don't judge rookies like that, right? So when I looked at Joy's list, I liked it. But 4,000 for me that's tough, right? It's never been done in franchise. You want the rookie to do it. But this is why I push back on you is that you act like if a player is hyped up and all this potential that he's supposed to go out here in his first year and do all this and do all that. I don't believe that. I believe when we talk about a guy like Caleb Williams and all these special players, it's the potential that they have. Yo, I feel like his ceiling is going to be up here when he's at his peak and he's at his prime, he's going to be this and that and the third. I'm not saying it's supposed to be right now. Like Josh Allen. I was there from his rookie year.
But shady.
We not about to act like this. Caleb's way better than Josh.
Coming out of college, it was apples to walnuts.
I don't do all that, right? You know why? Because, and this is just my opinion. I'm not saying I know more than everybody else, but I played the game at a high level, and I can see different things, and it takes time. I thought I was a phenomenal player. People would play against me, they would tell you that. I wasn't that my first year. I wasn't that as my first year. But hold on, let me finish. I look at a guy like Peyton Manning. I mean, I don't know how good you think he is, but I think he was really, 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 really good. But his first year, you couldn't tell him that. He had to learn to go through and learn. Patrick Mahomes, yo, was a phenomenal player. It's his first year starting, he was a phenomenal. When I talk to players that play over there with him, like Tyreek Hill, he talks about it openly. He said, yo, we drafted him in the first round. We just never get to see him play because he had to sit behind Alex Smith. So all I'm saying is I can't grade a rookie like that until he played and learns. All that stuff he's doing in college is phenomenal, but it's going to be different. You ain't going to just run back there and do this and do that and the third. It's not going to happen like that. And the last point I'm going to say is this to you, Acho. When you talk about potential and all the talent and the generational talent that we see, I believe that. I'm just not sure it's going to be in the first year. Trevor Lawrence, like Joey talked about, everybody was hyping him up. I didn't. When I watched him, I said, it's a good player around great talent. Yeah. You look at him now, you see the same thing. Good player with some good talent around him. So let the young boy grow. Let him, because he's going to have to learn a little bit. Some good, some bad, right? How to get better, how to read. I don't know how well he reads. Yeah. When I see a quarterback that takes too long with the ball holding and doing these special plays, one point is like, yo, man, he's super talented. He can make plays off script. Yeah. The other part is, yo, can he read that well? Yeah. We don't know. C.J. Stroud, my last point, I didn't know how well he read. I'm like, man, you got Ohio State. I can't name not one quarterback from Ohio State that's bad in college because they're all good. They throw these little now screens. They run the ball. They got the best tackles, the best defense, the best secondary, the best offensive wide receivers. They have everything. Running backs, you name it. So I don't know how good C.J. Stroud was going to be. I thought he had some talent. Now when I watch him, I said, oh, wow, this kid is smart. This kid can read. He's good. So my thing is let the young boy grow.
Yeah, we need more people like you, Shady. You know what I'm saying? Because not to worry about the rookie year, because there's not people out there like that.
I disagree.
They not going to do that with this young fella. If this young fella comes out there and he doesn't look like the generational talent that everybody thinks he is coming out of college, they finna get him, especially because he has all-pro talent around him. Whether it's Keenan Allen, whether it's DJ Moore, whether it's Swift, whoever it may be, he has that type talent around him. So I think that's why expectations is up there too, because he's not coming into a terrible situation and we're expecting him to just make every throw and make everybody better. He's coming into a really good situation with really good pieces around him. I'm not saying you got to go to the playoffs and do all this, but I'm just saying Herbert threw for 4,000 yards because, number one, his team was sorry. Like I said, they were down in a lot of football games, and the young fellow was throwing the ball 40, 50 times a game. You're going to have them type stats. That's why I say I think this is going to be easy, because if they're going to win, it's going to be because of him. throwing the football and getting the ball out to these playmakers. And if they losing in a lot of games, he going to have to
So, lastly, because you got a point. I mean, Herbert's a phenomenal point, right? You look at his stats as a rookie in the first 3 years, it's great. Yeah. He's still stuck in the same spot, right?
No doubt.
He always had talent. Yeah. I don't see no growth. But I won't even do that to Herbert. My thing is, when you ever see a quarterback play off on his rookie year and highly hyped up and all that, and then he never gets a shot again? I mean,
I'm not saying he's not going to get a shot.
You just said if he don't do well, they're going to come after him.
The media and everybody is going. That's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, like, people are not going to have grace like it's his rookie year. They're going to get on him. They're going to say, is he the answers? Those are going to be the questions.
That's what I've been saying this whole time. Like, the idea that he should be expected to go in there and you should expect them to go to the playoffs. Why? Why? Because on top of that, you're expecting the other two teams in this very tough division to take a significant step back. Yeah. The Lions take a significant step back. The Packers take a significant step back. Yes, C.J. Stroud went to and won a playoff game this year. Look at how they made the playoffs. Yeah. Jacksonville had to fall off the face of the planet.
They did.
Literally completely dissolve in order for them to have the opportunity to do that. And that's not taking anything away from them because they played well enough down the stretch to be able to take that. And C.J. had an incredible rookie year, and so did DeMeco Ryans, and they deserve the praise that they're getting for that. But the point of the matter is what the expectations should be for him is really all of that, the stats and all that. He should look like he did in college. If he looks like that, it doesn't matter to me if they're winning games. It doesn't matter to me how many stats he's putting up. It does that all of that stuff. This is all on paper. Yeah. Like Shady said, they haven't had a pass or throw for more than 4,000 yards in the history of the Chicago Bears, which is a cornerstone franchise in the league. I think I'm being nice. Like, I think my highest expectation is the 4,000 yards. I expect big things from Caleb Williams, but he's a rookie. It is no reflection whatsoever of what he's capable of in this league if he doesn't win a playoff game with the Bears in year one.
I agree with that. If he doesn't win in year one, I don't think it's condemning him or an indictment. No. But I do think, given what he has himself and given what the Bears have given him, and I don't think the gap between the Bears and their opponents in their division is that large. James, obviously, you watch the Packers games intently. The last time they played, it was 17-9. They beat the Detroit Lions one game, and then I think they lost to Detroit 31-26. Yeah. So, and that was with Justin Fields as a starter amongst the backup, whose name has forgotten me right now. Tyson Bagent. Yeah. I don't think the gap is so substantial that Keenan, Swift, and Caleb.
More.
Yeah, and DJ was there last year. Oh, yeah. So I'm just saying, like, I guess I'm just torn because if I was talking about Baker Mayfield, I'll chill. I'm talking about Baker, go out there, improve on the win-loss column. Baker, go out there. But because I'm talking about Caleb, that's where I'm like, it's got to be
But it's still a different sport.
I don't subscribe to that. I know you do. I think James does.
It is a literally different sport. Everyone on that field, when Caleb's running around doing all that stuff, you know who's chasing after him now?
Yeah, I was there.
Let's list some names. There. Who's running after him now? They're a little bit faster. Yeah. They're a little bit stronger. But they got a little more meat here.
When you say different, I just think it's an elevated level of the sport.
Of course,
I don't think it's a different sport.
It is a different sport. There are professionals and they are amateurs.
But I don't. It's football. It's like
I'm not saying it's not football. I'm saying that professional athletes are built different than what he's going against in college.
I agree.
The speed is faster. You know this. You played speed. Intelligence, understanding of the game, anticipation, strength.
Your job.
Continuity with other teams and units, the defenses that he's going against. All of those things matter. He is a rookie in the NFL.
I guess in my experience, everybody's experience is different. In my experience, it depends on where you played and how you played. Because I know some cats who played at lower level ball, who didn't necessarily play at high level D1, and they got to the league and it was like, oh, snap. But when I was at Texas, I played against Oklahoma. So I had to play against Trent Williams. And I had to play against Jermaine Gresham. And I had to play against DeMarco Murray. And I had to play against Ryan Broyles. And I had to play against Sam Bradford. So when I got to the league, and I had to play against DeMarco Murray. And I had to play against Trent Williams. I had to play against
Jermaine
Gresham.
Then you had to play against everyone else who's next to DeMarco Murray, who is almost as good as DeMarco Murray. When you were playing against DeMarco Murray in college, he wasn't the same.
I'm giving you my experience. My experience is the learning curve, depending upon where you play and depending on how you play, it's just, and depending on who you play for,
Bro, he is playing quarterback.
Yeah.
And not to say his experience ain't wrong or right, because everybody is entitled to what they feel like, but he ain't no linebacker. He ain't no wide receiver. He ain't no running back. He a quarterback. I'm the main guy, right? And I don't know what he learned in college. I don't know that. I can't speak on that. This is the league. And I don't know, maybe your transition was easier than most. But the league is hard.
It is.
You know, and then when you have that talent, they expect so much from you. Like, I don't think because he's this great passer, which he is, I don't think the first thing coach will say, yo, we're going to throw this ball a lot.
No doubt.
Yeah, rookie quarterback, right? So I think they're going to run the ball enough. That's why they went out there and got a guy like Swift. We're going to run this ball too. I just feel like when you have a player like him, it's like in the height, we want to make it like he got to go out there and ball. And the league is hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard, dog.
It is.
I might have made it look easy. I know, but that's hard.
But not only that, I think it's just, what's your expectations for Caleb Williams? I think that everybody's expectations is different, right? Because what we've seen in college, we've seen this dude be a generational quarterback. We talk about him like he's the greatest college football quarterback ever. That's how some people talk about him. That's some people's opinion on Caleb Williams.
Nice.
So coming into the National Football League is just the expectation. So something that Michael Penix can do, he can't do because the expectations is way up there. Something Marvin Harrison Jr. can do, some of these other receivers can't do just because the expectations.
But realistically,
it
Shane
is,
and
though,
Joy and
because
James,
of what he showed
I feel like
us.
some dudes do, especially now, go in and make it look easy.
Yes.
Like Lamar Jackson went in his rookie year, he made it look easy. Joe Burrow went in his rookie.
Until when?
He didn't start until game 10.
But then when he's rolling,
He went 6-0.
and then they got no playoffs.
Yeah, then he got the Titans.
Playoffs, he like, I couldn't, did you see how he looked?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
But I'm saying,
All right.
he went in, bomb. Joe Burrow went in 400 yards. Now, the roster was not set. They were 2-7-1, if I'm not mistaken. But I think he threw for 400 yards twice. I don't think that had ever been done by a rookie in the NFL before. He went in, he made it. Herbert, he went in there. Tyrod Taylor got stabbed in the chest.
If they go 2-7-1, what are we going to say about
Get stabbed in the
Caleb
chest.
Williams?
That'd be atrocious.
Hold on.
You know what? And then what happens when Caleb Williams has a season like Joe Burrow happened in his second year?
He lived up to the hype.
Okay, that's my point. If you went off of what Joe Burrow did just statistically, just team wins in his rookie season, it would have been a complete bust.
But I
and
think,
then he went to the Super Bowl his next year.
I think context is everything, because, James, that's why I disagree. My final point is we didn't krill Bryce Young because we looked at the Panthers and said, we know what?
Nah, he a rookie. I don't judge.
But I'm saying,
I judge hard, but I don't judge no rookie.
The Panthers were so as bad as Bryce was. The Panthers were so bad. We were kind of like, Trevor Lawrence. It was such a dysfunctional coaching situation there that we said, you know what, Trev? We just gonna turn a blind eye to that. But because we're looking at the Bears, and like James, I agree that roster is stacked, and defensively, Matt Eberflus is taking care of the defense. That's why my expectations too.
So
he has no room. He has no room. So let me ask you this question, all right? You think he's super talented, generational, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and he gets in the NFL, and you don't see it right away, right? You might be a little small, a little flashy, but he ain't balling like you thought he would ball. So do you still change? Like, he's not generational no more? You get what I'm saying? He's a rookie.
You gotta give him time.
Come on, dog, he's a rookie.
But I just, and I like what the Bears have done. I do. But it's still on paper. Everyone keeps talking about how close they were in all these games. So close counts in college and what? Calls? Like, this is...
For the bookies.
Exactly. Exactly. What does close mean? They were competitive? Like, we thought of the Bears as a competitive team last year?
No, I'm just saying I saw him beat the Lions. And because I saw him beat the Lions,
NFL team, they won games. Okay, but what I'm saying is you felt like the Lions, Packers, and Bears were close?
No.
No, but I don't think the Lions and the Bears were close. I do not think the Packers and Bears are as substantial a gap as we all saw because...
Right, you and I just fundamentally disagree about that. I watched the Packers whoop on the Dallas Cowboys with
35-7.
Yeah, 17-9 in the last game of the season. Bears played the Packers.
Again, this is the NFL.
Correct. So I don't know. I don't think we're saying that much different. I'm saying I don't think the gap between the Bears and the Packers is that large.
I do.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.